books changed my life and business. They shifted how I think, how I operate, and it gave me tools to actually start. So in this video, I want to share a few that helped me the most and how they helped exactly. So let's get into it. So I've had you feel like crazy, so I hope it works. Welcome to my weekly founder journal, in which I share the journey of building a business all the way from the start and just share everything that honestly helped me. And this video is actually from when I just finished the surf camp, which was 2 weeks ago, but straight from the surf camp, I went into the silent retreat, which I will tell you more about in the next video, but I didn't have the chance to make the video yet. So now I'm actually back home in the Netherlands again and recording the video, but let's get into it. So the first book, which is also one of my favorite books, is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And this book is really an important one at the start because it's really about limiting beliefs and how we self-sabotage. And I think this is really the core of everything, is like shifting your identity and shifting the beliefs that are holding yourself back. Because the moment I started shifting these and became aware of them, for example, through this book, and starting to change these, I could actually start taking action. Because I still always had the belief of, oh, I'm someone who, will fail and who doesn't take action. And, I was always in this loop, and this book really highlights it well. So I think it's a great starting point. But it's great at every step in the way as a founder, because this can also work when you are, let's say, a successful founder. You've started your business, but then you feel like you're still not happy, you're still not enjoying life. Then this book also has a lot of value because there's still some limiting beliefs then, such as that you are not allowed to enjoy, which can still surface then. So it's a great book at every level. Then the next one is a classic, and actually one of the first books I read that truly changed my life, which is The 4-Hour Workweek. And I still really recommend it to this day, the updated version, the new version, because it's very relevant. Just the way how he approaches business, how he always wants to do things in the most effective way, automate it, systemize it, go in these mini retirements. I think it's a great book if you want to be a lifestyle founder. Yeah, it's a great one. Then the third book is Millionaire on the Weekend by Noah Kagan, and I think this one is super great because it's so practical. I feel like it really touches on all the important points in these things. It's also talks about personal brand and what you should do, but it's just super practical. So I feel like if you did a little bit of an ID change, identity change, and then as well, you became clear on what on a bigger level your goals want to be and how you want to live your life through the 4-Hour Workweek, then this book is really the moment to just execute and just follow it step by step, and you just go. So it's a great book. So then to the next one, which is 10 times is easier than 2 times. I really recommend this one for everyone that has a business at different stages. And it just highlights this idea of that thinking bigger is actually easier. So instead of sometimes we trying to like go for a simple long process of a lot of work because we feel like this is more certain, or you need to be realistic, but this book actually shows that if you think 10 times bigger, it's actually just as hard or even easier as achieving something that has to do 2 times. But there are also 2 really nice other concepts that I love from this book, which one is don't compare yourself to your ideals, but compare yourself to where you were 1 month, 6 months, a year ago, which I think is amazing. And of course, the 80-20 principle, which is that 20% of the input results in 80% of the results. And it's a great principle. And you can use this over and over again, like what 20% that I focus on now will give 80% of the results. Just keep leveraging that. So great, awesome book. And the last one is The One Thing. Absolutely love this book. I use the concept a lot in my life. So it's, what is the one thing that you can do right now that will make everything else easier or unnecessary to do? And it's just the same concept as the 80-20 principle, but then a bit more in focus. Like there's always one high leverage task, which will drive everything in a sense. And we just keep focusing on that. Like, all right, what's the one thing now? What's the one thing now? And just cut all the distractions. It's a great book. So these were the 5 books that I recommend. Now I'll go into a little bit of detail about where the business is currently at. So we're at 192 applications, which is up 27. Members is still at 11. So this is new month. The revenue is at 200. And the IG is at 2.1K, which is up 139 from last week. Right. So the biggest struggle is that last week I had 20 calls with potential members. and in the end, 0 people joined. This is really the biggest thing I need to figure out. Like, everyone is super excited, but yeah, I don't frame it right in the end, or it's just not the right match. It's becoming more clear and clear that I feel like is a confident issue, where I'm afraid of, like, oh, they're gonna say no, and then they kind of feel it, and then I just let them go away, let me think about it, blah 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 blah. Um, um, yeah, and that makes them then not joining or have a thought about it. So really, the solution is having way more confidence on that I actually believe in it, because I actually do, but I just get a bit scared sometimes on these calls. But that's a big struggle right now that I'm having, which, sometimes leaves you very frustrated, because a lot of people are interested, perfect matches, you have great chats, and then can't seem to just get them in. So that's still a really big bottleneck. So I'll keep you updated on it. And a big lesson I had, which I call, it's like I realized this while surfing or after surfing, is that sometimes when it's like bigger waves, you're afraid of the waves. So you don't really go for them. So you're kind of afraid to fall. And it doesn't even make sense a lot, because then you kind of half paddle for it, and then you fall, and then you crash. Um, and that's the thing you're afraid of. So, and I realized that this is something I do in a lot of things in life, is that you do something and then you're afraid of that it goes wrong. You're afraid of you have the fear of failure, and then you try and doing half in order to not fail, and then you fail. So it's so weird, because what happens when you serve and you go full commitment, full, like, no thinking, no fear, you just go for the wave, then you don't actually catch it. There's a way higher chance. And then when you fall, you're also gonna be alright. And I feel we also do this in all aspects in life. We're like a little bit afraid of failure, to fail, and then we're trying to play it safe, and then we don't go full commit, and we have the fear in our head, and then it doesn't work. You just need to turn it all off and go full belief and just full commitment on it. So yeah, that's the same with these calls, full commitment. Same with the business, full commitment. Same with a lot of things in life. Just turn off the fears and fully commit, and then it'll be fine. And then the question of this week is, what is one book you think everyone should read? Please let me know in the comments, because I love reading. I'm always looking out for more books, so please let me know. Alright, see you next time.